Welcome, everybody. If you're just tuning in, it's John the Net Guy. We think we have it worked out. It's our fourth stream in 6 days, so not so bad. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is the last stream. Last stream of the Black Friday Cyber Monday series. Thank you guys all for tuning in to this one. I see one of our favorite creator friends has been waiting in the wings, Jonathan Talks Hardware. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Looks like everybody else is just slowly shuffling in, which I like. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, Kick, anywhere I could be. Amazon here in about 5 seconds, if I can turn that on. There we go. It says your mic is muted. Oh, no, it's just this laptop mic. Okay, sorry. We have a bunch of really cool things today. Oh, Ahmad is in the house. Zachary, long time no see. Thank you for being able to tune in tonight. I've got some things, you guys. If you're looking for a parent gift or a wife gift, those are some of the hardest ones to do. Sometimes even the kid gifts. We've got some neat stuff coming up, and everybody's like, hey, what's this whole tech thing about? You know, you guys are usually doing PC builds and weird stuff. Well, if I can find the remote, I'm happy to announce to you guys a new thing, if I don't fall here. Brand new, up on the stage, the Net Guy Reviews. I did change my channel name finally because honestly, I've been doing so much product reviews and product demos. It was just fitting. The Net Guy is a very long domain that I've had for a very long time to help with PCs, help with technology, but Net Guy Reviews fit better. So excited to change the name of that. You'll see it kind of change everywhere. And I see Jonathan Tolbert is in here. Hope you're well. I am. 4 streams in 6 days. This is the last one. We're going to get to chill out after this for a little bit. I'm taking the kids to one of those water parks nearby, for those that know where that is. So we're going to have a good time. I'm going to get us started on Amazon, and we're going to go through the products here. But like I said, if you're looking for somebody that's hard to buy for, lots of really good stuff tonight, and I'm going to be excited to show you all about them here. So here we go, going live, and I'm going to say, hey, everyone on Amazon. And if you do happen to purchase something on Amazon, let me know, because I have a new trick. I can give you an applause. I can also have the cheering section come in, and I have something very new for next week that we're going to try out as well. Visually checking in, thank you as well, Visually, for visiting here. Saw that as well. So let's talk about AeroGarden. They're the first product that's going to be on here. I do need to make sure that I'm tagged the first one, and that is something that I think would be a great mom's gift. It would be a great gift for anybody that is a green thumb. Let me pull a couple of these out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There is a selection of these. They're all very similar, couple minor variations. Now, I bought this as my kind of family gift last year. There was a great deal on them, and there's a great deal on them right now. And I'll get you the pictures here. I got to do a couple things, I realize, to show you the pictures of these, but they have used them to fantastic results. So a lot of my family lives in the Southwest here. It's like 30 degrees out. When it gets cold at night, they can't plant outdoors. We also have a bunny in this house now, which is going to be eating a ton of lettuce and a ton of fresh greens. And these AeroGardens allow you to do hydroponic gardening in the house. So I'm very excited about that. There's 3 different models here, but technically 2 are the same series. We start out here. We've got the Sprout, which is going to have a kind of your starter kit. That's going to be your basic one. The one thing I like about this one, super slim, and I have a place in my kitchen. Counter space is a premium in our brand new kitchen even. So the nice thing about this is it's very slim, and it can slide in next to the coffee maker. It makes its own light. You just add water and a little bit of plant food every once in a while, and this thing will be making herbs, making lettuce, making all sorts of cool stuff. And you can even use it to start your next garden, which is awesome. We tried that a while ago, and honestly, we failed miserably. But if we had one of these, we would have done really well, because it solves a couple of the problems there. This one is the Harvest. Now, the Harvest is kind of neat because it will actually height adjust here as your plants grow. So you can just push back here and raise the light. It does come with a grow light, so a full spectrum grow light This one doesn't come with anything else. So this would be great if you were trying to expand the garden, the area. And I've actually got a cousin. I didn't think about asking her. Actually, is it a sister-in-law? It's my brother-in-law's wife. What would that be? Is that sister-in-law? Let me know in the chat. Brother-in-law's wife has been running these in their greenhouse in the winter, their indoor greenhouse. So it's kind of a neat idea to have that indoor greenhouse, and they've been running these. So that works out really well. And the last one, because it was such a good deal, I actually picked this up for my daughter. So this is her Christmas gift. We're going to unbox it and do very carefully what we look at here. But this one is a Harvest with a kit. And speaking of that, you can buy these individual seed pod kits, and they have the seed pods themselves, the little containers that go on top of them, as well as some plant food. So you can get that and you can get going. The nice thing about this Harvest in black is right now they have it available. It is $79 for the entire kit, and it comes with the seed pods, which are about $15 on their own. So basically you could buy this one for about 70 plus 15, or you can spend 79 and you can get it all in one. And this has the black look. So that's another really cool thing. So if you're looking for a gift right now, I'm going to check the chat here real quick. I'm going to switch us over to the Harvest, and then we'll start doing an unboxing here shortly. But if you're looking for something for mom, you're looking for something different than maybe you normally buy, this might really be good. Somebody says, oh, I hope you disabled YouTube. Somebody might peek into your regular stream. My daughter luckily doesn't watch too much of this. But if you are looking for something like that, I'm really excited about this because this is actually going to be great for our bunny. So I'll start to unbox these and we'll start to set them up, and we'll stop when it comes to the point where we have to put water in them because I don't have a source of water in my studio tonight. So I'm going to do a quick unbox. You're going to help me out here. This is the AeroGarden Sprout. So we're going to go on top-down camera. If everything's working today, I'm going to get a little bit closer. There we go. So there you go. AeroGarden in-home gardening system. We're going to pull out and show you everything that you get with this kit. So seed pot kit with gourmet herbs. I'm kind of interested in what these ones going to are. We'll have to see if they got some more detail on them. Okay, quick setup guide. That's going to be really important for us because as you can see, this is absolutely brand new. Now, this is the one that I got all of my family members. So this is the AeroGarden Sprout. And we're going to take a look at it. Now, if I remember right, this one has 3 locations available to plant in. Comes with an AC adapter, as you see here. And like I said, this one is very skinny. So I'm excited about this because I can take this and I can plug it in and I can put it underneath or next to our coffee maker. And the amount of counter space it's going to take is about 3.5, 4 inches, but it's going to be able to create fresh herbs in the kitchen. So I'm very excited about that. So we're going to unbox this real quick. Now this does take regular watering, and there is going to be an indicator on the front of how much water it's got available. There's some quick tape we're going to remove off of these. Now there are other cool products coming up, and I guarantee you there are techie products coming up. Oh, visually impaired's coming in and says we would need a lot of them. We have 11 bunnies. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to talk. My daughter's got a Holland Lop bunny. That's the style that she chose. Okay, there we go. Just taking off some of the extra plastic. Now this one does have 3 pod locations. It does say in here fill to here. Hopefully you guys can see that. So brother-in-law's wife would either be your sister-in-law or your sister. Good call, actually. Yeah, that's how that works, isn't it? So let me take this out. I want to see how all of this plugs into each other. Okay, sweet. This is my first time putting this together too. So this is going to be where your seed pods go. There's a tray here. There's going to be a connection to make in the back. Let me get that one ready. Let's get that connection ready. And I think this is for the water detector. So it's going to detect the water. I wonder if it moves that water around. That'd be really cool. There's a light up here that says add plant food. So that's going to light up occasionally. So we got a tomato cucumber salad recipe with mint. Here we go. There's the Arrow Garden with the 1-year warranty. Here's our quick setup guide. Let's see what we're going to miss in this if we don't read it. Okay, 1, make sure we got the grow deck, base, and bowl properly aligned. We want to hook the pump cord up to it. Okay, so the pump cord's hooked in. We're going to add water to the fill to here, and then we're going to insert the power cord. Now, the seed pod kits are going to go in here with their grow domes. Now, the grow domes are kind of cool because that's going to concentrate the light towards the center. So let's open up our seed pod kit real quick. We're going to see what's in here. Now, I said I was interested in this one because I specifically want to see which type that it has in here. So this is dill, curly parsley, and basil. And this is a different kind of basil. It's not the Thai basil. That's coming up here in a little bit. So again, this is the Arrow Garden Sprout Kit, ready to go. Comes with 3 pods and the plant food that you need. What's cool about these is like the lettuce that I just purchased will actually sprout in 1 to 7 days. So we're having people over here in about 10 days. And I can't wait to try this. So I'm going to bring this up on the side camera so you guys can see how tiny these are. This is basically hydroponic gardening. So look at that. And there's the liquid plant food. I believe it's Miracle Grow. Yeah, you get your own custom Miracle Grow for this. It is going to tell you 1 in 3 pod models, you do 1 capful at startup and every 2 weeks. So twice a month, it looks like you're going to add the plant food. Now, this one just happens to be the dill sprouts, curly parsley, I'm going to bring these up to you guys, and the basil. So there's the 3 different kinds. And obviously, we're going to add water. We're going to put these in here. They do have the grow domes on there, and I want to double check. So it looks like it says cover loosely with the grow domes. So let's pull that back out. So that's going to go over just loosely. That's not actually going to fit. I think that is going to concentrate the light and keep, bugs off them. So the other neat thing about this is there is no pesticides in use here. This is all organic. This is everything you're putting into it. There's not going to be any issue in here. You know exactly what goes on it. And that's actually one of the things I worry about with our bunny is you have to be really careful about the things that they put on your lettuce. So that was it. We're basically set up. Now I'm not going to turn the pump on. I'm going to actually unplug the pump, see if it lets me run it without the pump, just because I don't want to run it dry. But I do want to see if I can get the lighting to come up because I want to show you that grow light that it has. There we go. Now that is an intense grow light, as you can see. There's a couple different color LEDs that I can see, and this is how they're making this light. Let me bring it over here to the side where it's actually acclimated a little bit. So this will automatically change. There is my little hydroponic garden started. Now I need some water and some plant food, but I'm ready to go. So let me know what you think about this. Would this be a really good gift for mom? This thing, like I said, is going to fit just inside our kitchen right next to the coffee maker. So it's only going to take up that much counter space. So that's the Sprout. It only does have, unfortunately, 3 spots there that you can fill up, 3 of the pod locations. So that's kind of your entry level one. Give me 1 second here. I am going to put the correct photos here. I got to get them out of the photo roll, put them in the right one, and then I can share them with you guys here. Because I actually went last night and I got all of the photos. Give me 1 second. I know I've got these. Albums. Where's recent? There we go. There we go. Oh, see, I say that, and that's when I am behind. Give me 1 second more. I want to make sure I have these. No. Ah, dang it. I got these all ready last night, and then, of course, the collection that I have them in, I don't see them in. Give me 1 second. I'll see if I can get you a couple more. While we're doing that, I am going to bring it up on the Amazon. Thanks for being patient with me. And we're going to get the Edge browser up. And I'll just show you some of the stock photos we get over at Amazon. I'm also going to show you, if you do follow me at the URL that usually is scrolling across the bottom, what you can see. So again, if you're visiting amazon.com/shop/the net guy, you'll see this here. You're going to see the Cyber Monday gift guide. It has a Scepter monitor there, which is great. If you come in here, you're going to see the Arrow Garden Sprout, which is the one that I'm showing you guys right now. $77. There's a $9.46 coupon there. So this brings it under $60, which is a great deal. So really easy way to get started here in hydroponic gardening. This is everything that is included, which I showed you as well. So you can see that pretty good. Oh, and I did find the pictures. Finally, look at that. Okay. I'll be able to show you these. These are actually my uncle and my parents and how they are able to use theirs. And I'm going to add those to a special album. And this is going to be called Garden. Save. And we will look in the garden album. And then I will plug this in and you'll get to see this here on the feed shortly. Okay, we're going to double check a little bit more. 21-day germination guarantee. What does that mean? That means if you have any sort of problem with these things not sprouting up, which is kind of interesting, called the sprout, they will actually replace the seeds for you and the unit if it's defective. So it looks like there's no mess, very, very little maintenance. You don't have to worry if it's sunny, cold, what the weather is outside. It's going to work great in your room temperature home. 5 times faster growth than soil, and you can actually use this to start seeds. What about a home water softener? Fernando's asking. I don't have one of those. I don't know if there is a requirement on that. That's a great question. So it does use a 10-watt full spectrum LED to make itself work, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up with the studio iPhone here, and we're going to go into our albums. And we're going to go into the photos from the garden album here. Get those ready for you guys. And hopefully, if everything's working, we'll get to see this. So this is my uncle's setup. There is his sprout AeroGarden. He did this last year. That's how he was getting it set up. Same thing we just did. Turning it on. He sent lots of cool pictures of this. And there's the little tiny sprouts. And wouldn't you know it, he actually had enough light and enough room to add a bunch more to this. So he added a ton more to there. And look at all the other stuff that's growing. So this light is a full spectrum grow light. It's actually going to work out for your other stuff that you have in there as well. So you can see those. And there is my dad's. I sent one to each of the family members. And in here, you can see there's just a head of garlic. And the garlic started to grow with the grow light, along with some dill, it looks like in there, and the basil. Look at that little tiny basil. That's awesome. So yeah, this is a great family gift. Now, this is my uncle going a little bit crazy. He continued this sprout. Even after those items sprouted and were transplanted, he's using the grow light just as a grow light. So an amazing gift available right now at Amazon for, I believe, around $75, $77. And then there's a discount code on top of that as well. So very cool. If you do pick one of those up, let me know. I'll get you an applause here in the chat. We're going to go on to the next one. I'm going to put this off to the side. We're going to take a look at the Harvest and the Harvest Black at the same time. I'm going to save this. Now, this one does increase in height. You can see here, as your plants grow, you can increase the distance from the light. You can also put that light out of the way. If you put it way up high, then other items, like we showed there, could be grown from it. We're going to the next product here, and this is the Harvest model. So this is from Sprout as well. This is their gray edition. Now, if you have all of your own seed pods, or maybe you purchase seeds separately, this one is designed to run separately. And you can see pretty basic operation. And Pinky Tech, it's legal in my state, you know, home growing. So yes, if you want to make your own lettuce, no cheddar, you only want to make lettuce here. But if you want to make your own lettuce, you can do that with the Harvest. This is the gray edition. As you can see, I've just raised that up to the full height. Now, it does have within here, it has the ability to add the plant food and the water underneath this. I am not going to take this bottom section off just yet, but I am going to unplug the light. Now, it does come with a separate US power adapter here. So I'm going to pull that out. We're going to plug that in. And this US power adapter is going to light up this one. This one has the ability to grow. Let's take a look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Harvest XL is twice the capacity now of the original sprout that I just showed you. So if you're looking for something that wants to grow more, in the case of our lettuce, I think we're going to be growing quite a bit of it. This one's going to take a little bit longer. So I was talking to my wife last night. I said, what do you think about giving this one to our daughter, or the black one coming up here? As you know, she has that bunny. I think it would be nice. There we go. So now it's on. The computer started up here down on the bottom. You can see here it says light on off. It's a touch button. The other one didn't have any light control, I think, unless it was on the top. You can add plant food, and you can add water. So the add water light is blinking, so it has some maintenance required here, and then add plant food. So it's giving you that warning there. Again, light control, pretty basic on this. This is the Harvest in Gray. Like I said, this is adjustable in height. So all the way down at the bottom when it's just starting to grow, and then all the way up high. So you can actually grow this quite a bit. The gray color is very neutral. I think that would look great in a kitchen like ours, which is all white with some rose gold accents, a little bit of blue here and there. Let's open up the next one. And this is the AeroGarden. Same thing. I'm going to have to turn this light off. It's actually blowing out my cameras. So this is the AeroGarden in black, but this is the kit with the 6 pods that come with it. So let's go take a look at what you get in this one. Next to me here, I have the AeroGarden in gray. So if you do purchase the one that comes with the pods, this is what the kit entails. It's a little bit nicer setup. This one just came in a plastic bag. It wasn't, anything special. So there are your 2 AeroGarden. This has a pesto recipe. A pesto you can make yourself. Tells you a little bit about some of the other items there. This is one of the pod sets here, it looks like. Yep, and this has all 6 of the seed pods right in one. I'm going to go ahead and open this here. So there's the unit. So fully assembled, it looks like there's nothing to do here, which is kind of nice. It's going to have the US power plug. Same basic design between the black and the gray, which was what we expected. The only difference on this one is, again, it comes ready to go. So there's your 2 colors. I'm going to bring you out to the side. There we go. So you can see them. There's the black, there's the gray. They're both height adjustable. And they both do have an integrated water pump, and they do have a DC cord. Let me go ahead and switch it to this one, and we'll turn on the light. So you have that light capability. Again, great idea for mom. In this case, it's a great idea for my daughter who has her bunny. So she's going to be able to make her own lettuce. Let me show you that one more time here. So in this case, it's going to come with this garden herb seed kit. Let me turn this off so the camera gets it. So the seed pod kit for garden herbs from AeroGarden, it's going to have the 6 pods. It's going to have the plant food built in. It's got the drop-ins that are ready to go and the domes, guaranteed to germinate. So you're going to get plants out of this, guaranteed in this case. That light looks super bright. And Pinky Texas, spicy lettuce, the devil's lettuce. Yes, that's what happens in Seattle. So what does this one have? It's going to have the Banquet curly parsley, Genovese basil, German thyme, peppermint mint. So you can make your own tea with this, literally. It's going to have dill and Thai basil. Thai basil is amazing, by the way. So if you're cooking any sort of Asian foods. So there you go. So ready to go. This would be a great gift. Let's go back onto the Amazon because I do want to show you the difference in price on this one. The price on this one is fantastic right now. If you go on Amazon, this is 52% off. 52% off. So this is the sprout we're looking at. Go over here to my shop and you go over to the $79. This thing is normally $164. It includes the 6 pods, everything you need to get started, and a guarantee that you're going to have plants. I don't know other places that do that other than the grocery store, but then those plants go away. Now, this is also this hydroponic indoor gardening. You can be cutting the tops of the lettuce off and continue to grow it. I've actually seen people that have these and they just continue to grow. They cut off a few inches. They, let it grow back to the top. They cut off a few inches more and they keep going. So I'm excited about that with that bunny that we talked about. And I think one of these is going away to another relative in the family. So that is for the wife, my daughter in my case, or others. You can decide if somebody in your family deserves one of these, and that is from AeroGarden. Now, I swear we're going to go on to the fun stuff. This next one is a toy. It's a toy in the sense that I've already been playing with it. I was playing with it before the show started. We're going to do a quick unbox of it. And this one would be great for any sort of kids. So parents out there, tune in. So if you've got a kid that's both artistic and techie, wonderful gift idea here. This is from Pika 3D. This is their 3D printing pen. Now, I've done a lot of 3D printing. I've even showed you 3D printers on the show. We've unpacked them. This is one of the most unique products. Now, I'm going to have to take you guys over here and bring this thing real close for its close-up because this has a ton of features. Everything is included, everything you need. We're going to do a quick unbox here. So you get the pen itself, which is very easy to fit in the hand, a user manual, but I'm going to show you the main important points you need to know. This is designed for 14 years old plus, and I think that's just a safety thing. I would be comfortable using this with my 7-year-old with supervision. The 4-year-old, maybe not, but he's crazy. So it's going to have a quick start guide, which is going to tell you how to get it running and going. It uses the same PLA and ABS plastic filament. So this is a great idea. It also comes with some base stencils for you to start building your first items. Now, I need to quickly put this up in the Amazon carousel and say hi to anybody on Amazon that might have checked in. If you did check in, thank you. If you did purchase something, let me know because I have an applause over here for you. I really do appreciate that, by the way. If you do purchase something on there, I do get a single-digit commission. None of these products were provided, the AeroGardens or these, to me, so I actually purchased these all myself. So I'm going to show you quickly how to get this thing going. Inside of it here, you're going to have a couple spools of base filament. You're going to have a USB power cable with a USB adapter. There's the black filament, which I've already opened and started working on. It's 1.75 millimeter PLA. You get white, green, blue, and black, so you got your base colors. So I'm going to show you how you load the filament up. It's actually really easy and how you get started. Even a parent could do this, but if you have any questions, ask your kids because I'm sure they will know. So I'm going to use kind of this quick start guide and a combination of these items to tell you how to do it. Now, it can actually print both PLA and ABS. ABS plastic is a little bit stronger. PLA is what they make a lot of your recycled or recyclable, I should say, Dixie cups out of. So we're going to take the pen out. Now you can see there's the pen itself. Really simple. 2 buttons, forward and back button, loading the filament. Now, the end of this one, I've actually printed a little bit. We'll get some filament stuck on it. It has an extruder, very similar to a full-size 3D printer. If this is kind of a first pass at getting a 3D printer for your kid, I would definitely start about with this because it gives them the fundamentals of 3D printing. Now, I plug the power into it, and you'll see that it starts up, and in this case, it's saying PLA. Now I can click that and change it to ABS, but that looks good. So I'm going to tap the forward button here and it's going to start to preheat. Now in there, it's saying 27. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it's just saying it's got 27 right now, 30s, 40s. So that's actually heating up right now with this. And we're going to start to load it with the black. Now, when you unload filament, it tends to get stringy on the end like this. When you get it, it may just be a flat, blunt end. The neat thing is this is super easy to load. You can kind of twist it a little bit to make it as straight as possible. And this thing is going to heat up pretty quick. I have it set to 200. Now you can see there, it's heating up pretty quickly. It's in the 170s, 184 right now. So when that turns green, we're going to know it's ready to go. So should be up there. It looks like it's a little over 200. There we go. Green means go. We're ready to go. Now I can take this. You want to do it in a way that the spool is not going to bind itself. And then in the bottom back side of this, it has a very simple filament entry. Hit the forward button. Now, don't make the mistake I did. If you hit it and hold it, it'll back the filament out. It'll sound like it's feeding, but it's going to make you really embarrassed because you'll be pushing on it. It won't go anywhere. Just hit it one time lightly. You'll hear it running. And literally, this thing is now going to start to feed the filament. Now, be careful because it will just continuously feed. So if you've used a 3D printer, this is just going to start extruding. Takes it about maybe 15, 20 seconds to get going. While it's doing that, let's do something fun. Let's get a template out here. Now, my artist ability is only limited by your super chats. So if I do something wrong, it's only because I haven't had enough super chats today. We're going to make a little alien real quick here. Now I can hear the tone changing, and now it's starting to extrude filament. Now what's cool about this is you can either move the pen. So this is literally just like 3D printing out of a regular printer, except you're moving the print head. And so this is why I say it'll teach all of the great fundamentals of 3D printing. Now, their example has you going around the outside edge here. Let me know if this is too noisy. It's not very noisy. It is noisier than you'd ever see in any of their commercials. But I know for a while ago, these were a Kickstarter. And as I get better at this, again, you have to learn to draw all over again. If you have an artist in the family, this would be both a tech gift and an amazing kid gift if you're a parent. So what I'm doing now is I'm drawing this little spaceship. Now I might want to come in and change it, but we're starting with 2 dimensions, and then we're going to add a 3rd dimension here. So let me know if you've ever bought one of these, or if you are interested in trying one of these. Jonathan Talks Hardware says he can't hear it, so that's good. Now I'm going through some filament, but you'd be surprised, this filament lasts forever. We've done a couple sample prints with this. Just kind of making a frame. Now when I'm ready to stop, a couple seconds before you want to stop, hit the forward button, and it will do that'll stop that extruding. So that's what's coming out of it, is literally just this filament. Now again, why you got to be careful is that tip is very hot. So I can pull this off just because I know the outside is cooled, but again, that is 200 degrees centigrade there. In this case, 208 degrees. Now this is cooled down a bit, so I can do the other piece that I need. Now you can mix colors and do all sorts of stuff. Takes about a few seconds to get extruding again. Now it's extruding. I'm going to make this frame a little bit thicker. So again, super cool gift for the artist in the family. I know my 13-year-old would love to have one of these just for fun, for doodling. If you've got somebody that loves to doodle, and there's no rules on this. You can go over here. I think I'm going to make a couple little antennae. Is it antenna or antennae? Now I'm going to undo that one. I'm going to come over here and start again. There we go. So I made a couple little antennae that stick up. Now I can come down here while it's still extruding. I'm going to go ahead and make the body of our alien. So let me know if you've ever seen one of these too. I think I'm the only YouTuber you probably watched that put this together tonight. So we're going to go ahead and make the alien. Now remember, this is continuously extruding, so you got to be on the move. I've done this a little bit, so I have a little bit of practice, but I'm going to go ahead and make the eyes. And I'm kind of making the eyes connect here as I go. So there we go. So I'm done. Now this will automatically shut off after a while. I'm trying not to burn myself here. So that'll automatically shut off. So there is some safety in that. But again, because it is using high temperature plastics, we want to be really careful about this. I'm going to bring it on the top down just so you can see my final product right there. Now I can bend this paper, which is one way to get this off. And then just kind of flick it off here. There we go. So I got my hoop. I got my little alien. And then I need my flying saucer for him to ride in. Now you could do this out of each individual different color, which is kind of cool. I'm going to be showing you how to switch filaments here in just 1 second, because we're going to grab a different filament. So there's my 3 pieces. And like I said, I'm starting out in 2 dimensions, and I'm going to work my way over to 3 dimensions. So now that I'm ready to actually connect this, you can see I've got a ton of filament left in my stock spool, and that's after a lot of printing. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a 3-dimensional alien spaceship. So hopefully you guys can see this. I am making a little base here, and I'm attaching the vertical, and I just stopped it extruding. So you have to hold it. You can even blow on it to cool it off if you want to. Just be careful because this part can be hot. Now I'm going to go ahead and extrude this other side. I'm going to try to get it to where you guys can see it best. So I'm extruding again. And again, if you're looking at possibly getting a big full-size 3D printer, start them with this. It's going to teach them the fundamentals of ABS, PLA. So there's my little alien spaceship. And I added my own little antennae. And then it looks like they wanted you to attach the alien underneath here. So I'm going to have to do this in 3 dimensions because I've already removed this, but I'm going to go ahead and start it up here. And we're going to go ahead and attach. So again, just using it basically like a hot glue gun, but that makes glue that sticks itself. Okay, blowing on that. And there we go. My masterpiece. Hopefully you guys can see that. There's my 3D alien in a spaceship. So hopefully you guys like that. It does not smell bad. That's a great question from Pinky Tech. Compared to like resin 3D printing, which is awful if you've ever tried that, great for miniatures, but awful to print on. This is really easy to use. There are a lot of warnings about obviously work in a well-ventilated area. Here's a couple other samples that they have here that you can try out if you want. There's a set of sneakers. This is a really cool one if I had more time. It's a geometric vase, so you fill in the filament. In my case, I wasn't really filling it in, but you'd fill in all those open areas with filament, and then you can make a vase that would actually hold pens or other stuff. And there's a whole bunch of other products that come with. I am going to show you the next accessory for this one. So I would recommend purchasing these together. So this, let me see if I can get this right, because again, Amazon does not let me show barcodes, so I'm pretty much done at this one. I'm not going to win this fight, so I'll get in trouble if I show barcodes on recorded videos. But this is from Mecha 3D. So from Mecha 3D, this is a 32 color, unique color package for 3D printing. And I'm going to pull this up here. I would buy both of these. Now, let's take a quick look. I'm going to go back on Amazon because I just want to show you guys this real fast. So if we go to Amazon, we can go to that 3D printer. This is on a Cyber Monday sale, $27.99. And it comes with 4 colors. So you can get started right away. If your kid shows interest in this, like again, we have to test with ours, get them a 32 color pack with this. This one is available for $15.99 minus 10% right now. So $15.99 minus 10% is going to be less than $14, and you'll be able to print quite a lot more. So that's kind of nice as well. And I'm going to go back here. So that is the next product that we're going to show. Let me get us back to our show, and then I'm going to bring this out and we'll open it up. PLA, when you open it up, it does get exposed to air, so you want to keep this generally in a cool, dry place. If it does get too much humidity, you can actually dehumidify it. So this is 1.75 millimeter filament, same stuff you'd use in your 3D printer. Just happens to be a lot of sample colors, and they're all individually wrapped here. I'm actually looking for like a metallic gold, because I think that would look really cool on our alien spaceship that we're doing. There's a couple here. I also noticed that they include these. I don't know if these are for protecting your fingers, but I'm guessing they are from the heat when you're working on these. So little finger cups there. So just looking at all of the various colors that you can see here. And this is going to be going into the Mecha 3D. So lots of ones. I see a couple metallics in here. I kind of like this metallic. So this is kind of a bronze metallic color. So 32 individual colors overall are in this kit. And we are going to switch over, and I am going to start to fill in real quick. Now to do that, I'm going to have to show you how to reload this 3D printer. So if you've never done this before, again, it can be a little daunting, but it's not that hard. And you don't even have to follow the instructions. Just follow my direction here. Okay, so we already have some extruded out here. It is still warm. It hasn't shut off. I'm going to hold the forward button down. Now what it's going to automatically do is it's going to start to unroll that. See that coming back out there? So I haven't moved my fingers, but it's starting to unextrude this, retract the old filament. It's coming out. Now when it gets past where the rollers are, Jonathan says, just cover the barcodes. Easy. Yeah, the whole front of that thing was barcodes. Okay, so now it's coming out here, and there you go, pull. And there is the little wisp that's at the end. That's all you got to worry about. You can take your new filament. Let's change the direction of it. I'm going to hit forward like I was forward extruding. And I'm going to go ahead and start feeding it. It's super easy to load this. This is that bronze brownish color. It's almost a metallic. So I'm going to start that off to the side. Now, if you're worried if there's any black left in here, I can go ahead and print this out real fast. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on a piece here, the geometric faces side, just to make sure we get all of the black out of it. Now, they also do have for sale some mats that you can use with this. I also have a little silicone mat, so it may not be a bad idea to use a silicone mat. So there's the black coming out. And there you go. It's actually changing right now to a brown. I'm going to pause it and let you guys see this. Is that not appetizing before dinner or what? So there was the black, and then it switches to a brown color. So that brown color is what I want to extrude here. And I'm just going to show you how you would fill in a large area with this. So you can go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not going to be super flat or smooth, but again, you'd 3D print that if you want. This is more like 3D sketching, right? So you want to always be hopefully working away from the center of something. So I'm working away and I'm just connecting back and forth. Hopefully you guys see that okay. It does work very quickly. I'm going to finish a couple more of these rows and then we will see what the handiwork has resulted in, and then we will go check the next product. So hopefully you guys are having a great night. I don't even know who's playing Monday Night Football. Let me know if they gave us a bye week after all of that football. So there we go. There is the printout. So now I'm able to fill those in, and you can essentially make that a alien spacecraft. Maybe I'll have my daughter fill the rest in because she's got more patience than I do. So there you go. Very cool gift idea. So this is the Meeka 3D handheld 3D printer, less than $30 right now on Cyber Monday. So if you buy one of those, let me know. I can hit the applause button. But this would be a great gift for a young one in your life. Maybe I should work on something to hold all of the 3D printing filament colors that I have now. Any sort of solid case would work on this one. And it does also, looks like, come with 5 finger cups. Now you can unload this by just, again, holding down the extrude button. I'm going to go ahead and unload this filament. I'm going to save that color for her, and we'll get this cleaned up, and we'll get on to the next one. So the next product I've already gotten some questions about earlier tonight before the show, so I know there is interest in it. And it's one of my favorite products, probably one of my products of the year. We'll have to see. I think I'm going to put a products of the year show together. So there you go. That's how you unload the filament. And now it's all clear, and I can just simply unplug it and let it cool off. And so that was from Meeka 3D. Make sure I get the right adapter with the right product. I don't want to plug in the adapter for the AeroGarden and blow something up. Okay, there we go. Let me get the next product up on the show. Take a look, see if you guys have any questions in here. Jonathan Talks Hardware says, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's still pretty good. That's what my wife says about me. So, you know, very similar mentality there. Okay, we are just switching over to the next product. Now, these rarely go on sale. This next product is from Apple. So if you're an Android user, just tune out for a little bit, come back later, you know, maybe go to the bathroom, get a drink, do whatever you need. This is the Apple AirTags. Now, I've shown these on the show before. They're still amazing. I still use them every day. Daughter recently went to nationals in California, and she brought her handheld clutch for the first time. I said, you need to get one of these. Hey, Dan, you said howdy. I said howdy back. This is an absolutely live show. I will introduce myself and say hi to you guys. Jonathan Talks Hardware did ask me about this one. You know, being an Apple product, it's going to take some finagling to open, because I'm sure there's a very easy way that you would open this right here. There we go. So along the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and pull this. This is a 4-pack. It's in the carousel right now. And you know what? I've been bad to you guys. I did not have the carousel link going along the bottom as usual. But that's where you get them, is from my Amazon shop. I make a single-digit commission on these kind of things. And if we come out here, this is a 4-pack of AirTags. Now, I was telling Jonathan Talks Hardware, you got to get your folks to buy these, because one of the neat things about these trackers versus all of the other ones, there is no tracking fee. There's no cost to running these, and you can actually replace the batteries. The batteries are replaceable, which is not true for a lot of solutions. Very, very easy to use if you have an Apple iPhone. So there's many different kinds of iPhones. Let me get this set up. You want an iPhone 11 or later if you want the ultimate tracking capability. If you don't care about that, you can use any old iPhone. Now I'm going to use my iPhone here, and I'm going to make sure that I have the feed ready for you guys so you can see this. So this AirTag has not been initialized. The way that you initialize and set up your AirTag, we go open this out. Now there's a little coin cell battery that's inside here. And when I switch to the iPhone here real quick, when I take this coin cell battery out, or with the cover, it's going to beep. And then you can see on my phone, in just a second, it will, if everything's working right, I'm on Do Not Disturb. That's what's funny. So I have this. Give me 1 second. I need to pull down here and see if DND is what's going to cause this. Of course, that would be my luck, right? Let's see. And do I have my Bluetooth on? Yeah. So we've done these before. Very, very easy to set up, usually. Let me go ahead and plumb this one. There we go. So take them apart, super simple. And this is how you basically reset them. When you take them apart, there is a coin cell battery. That's that standard Duracell, very easy to find. Now I've got it over here. I put it next to my phone. If everything is working, my phone should automatically pick this one up. And if it doesn't, we will move on and talk about some of the other ones that I already have. Looks like it's not picking it up automatic. There it goes. Nope, that was somebody else in Discord. So guess we're not going to get to do that part of the demo. I am going to show you one other place where I use these though, and this is my wallet. So this is Travado. It makes this wallet. It's got an AirTag built into it. It's got some money. I'm not going to show you guys anything else in there. No credit cards or nothing. But that Apple Wallet, I can put that anywhere. And then when I pull up my Find My application, the beauty of this is if I go to items, I'm going to bring this up for you guys. If I go to items, you got wallet, backpack, and Maverick, my son, who likes to disappear. If I say wallet and I say find, it's saying that it's nearby. Now it knows that it's 2 feet away. Now watch this as I move away from the wall and closer to the wallet, which is sitting over here on the other side of the desk. Now it's right on it. Now I can also hit the play button and I can play a sound and you'll hear that. It's not super loud, and it's saying the item is moving. So the neat thing about the Apple AirTags is, again, there's no cost other than the purchase cost of them. The batteries are replaceable, as well as the units on these. You can track any item. It's reverse GPS. So the batteries last about a full year between replacing them. And Dan's asking, will it work with an iPad? And it absolutely will work with your iPad. So that's another great option there. I'm going to pull another one out of these because usually these things work fantastically well. So I'm going to try one more of these. Brand new Apple AirTag. We'll pull it out and open it up. We'll see if we can get this thing to set right. So as soon as we open it up, it beeps the first time, and then it's supposed to ask us what we want to set it to. I'm wondering if my other Apple will pick it up. So you can use it with an iPhone. There it is. Of course, the 8 picks up my AirTag right away. Let me plug this in and you'll see what I'm seeing on the screen. And I probably won't dox myself this time. So it's got an AirTag logo sitting on the screen on this. Oh, then of course it just initialized right when I unplugged it. So right now it is pulling up on an iPhone 8. Now the difference between a non-iPhone 11, so it says, hey, you got an AirTag here. Let's connect to my AirTag. Well, what is this? I actually kind of want to check my car. So I'm going to put an AirTag in my SUV. So not SUC, SUV. So I'm going to hit go. Let's give it an emoji. Let's look for van. There's my little van emoji. Got it. Okay, there's my phone. Ignore, don't call me. There's the SUV. Now it's registering my Apple AirTag. And Now we're done. Okay, good to know. It'll also tell me when I've left it behind, which is great. So I can go ahead and use my Find My application. So in Find My, that's where you're going to be able to use this items. Now, what's interesting about the items view is you're not going to be able to use this item with somebody else. You can't share this item to somebody else. So it's always going to be just for you. So make sure that when you're using this kind of tracking, it's to track your own personal items. Now, in this case, it's got much less granularity. Where my other AirTag was trackable within feet, this one is trackable to just kind of a basic region. I can still play a sound on it, and that's because of the Apple U1 chip. So in the U1, it actually has a much better chip in it for tracking. So that's another interesting thing that comes with the Apple U1, which is in the iPhone 11 or newer. So just so you know that. So that's the AirTag. It comes in a 4-pack. You can buy them individually for about $24 right now. But on, of course, Cyber Monday here, let's go back out and we will go to the Apple AirTags. Again, Apple products rarely go on sale, and they do that because they have a market. This is available for $20 off here, so it is $79. I would give these to kids as gifts so that if they have something to track. And when my stepdaughter went to California for a national event, I gave her one of these to put on her clutch, her little wallet. And what we need to do to make that work is we need something for this to get into. So these things can be thrown into a pocket. They can be thrown under a gas cap. You can tape them to stuff. They're really useful for that. They are waterproof, but the trick on this one, and I'm just pulling it up in the carousel for you guys, is this is a great dog tag here for dog or cat collars. And this holds your AirTag. So if your cat is one of those adventurous ones that runs away, hey, nobody's clicked on this. If it lets me know when you guys are clicking. So feel free to click on one of these things. And I'm going to open up this product next here. So this is an incredible value today right now. And this is from Wanchel. This is I believe it's siliconized. Let me get you guys in the top down here before I put the picture in a picture on. See, I gotta learn my process again. So this is a silicone AirTag holder. Now you're going to need something to hold them because they're perfectly round and smooth. So this gives you multiple colors. Again, give one to each of the kids. Let's see. Do I have the car keys on me? Nope, I don't. I put them all back earlier. So this would be great for your car keys. I use one of these with my backpack. And the beauty about it is you just pop the AirTag in here, put the logo side up. So you take one of those brand new AirTags that I initialized. This is not coming out. And again, this is also water resistant. And now I can clip this to anything, and that keeps it from falling out. So anywhere that you have keychains or whatnot. And like I said, I use this with my wallet. I have a couple other wallet selections that are going to be coming up. But this is from Wanchel. Let's talk about the price on this because that's what's killing me today. On Cyber Monday, this thing's normally $20 for 4, which isn't bad. This thing is down to $6. So it's 2/3 off, 65% off, $6.98 you get 4 of these. So this would be something to throw in your cart if you're going to be picking up some AirTags. Definitely throw some of these in there because this is going to be really helpful for you to attach your AirTag to just about anything. And there we go. And now it's finding my other AirTag. I don't know what it is with mine. It didn't want to find AirTags on my phone, so I had to use the other phone. But that is from Apple, and this is from Wanchel. We're going to go on to the next product. Like I said, we are moving through the list here. And this is for the guys in the group. This is for the people that work around noisy equipment. I can tell you, I was into doing a lot of woodworking in the last couple of years. I'm going to go back out here to the show page. The next one that's coming up is a Cyber Monday deal. It is pretty expensive normally. They're normally $71, and this is from DeWalt Hearing Protection. So DeWalt makes all those great yellow tools. This one from DeWalt is a Bluetooth. I'm gonna say headset, but the microphone is really poor in it. So I don't know if I would consider it a headset. You can take calls on it if you want. 25 dB of noise reduction. It does have an 85 dB sound limit, so you might get mad. It's like, why don't these things crank up and go louder? But let me tell you about that. It's actually kind of interesting. So when you think of acoustic noise canceling, like you've got in your AirPods or all these other speakers, Bluetooth headsets that I tell you about, it's actually adding sound to block the other sound. So when you think like, how does that work? It's sending additional sound waves into your ears to cancel out the drumming, the banging sounds, the other stuff. So it increases the sound pressure in your ears. What's interesting about these, and we're going to do a quick unboxing of them. This is from DeWalt. I bought these specifically for working in my workshop. I gave my last set away to one of the guys that was working here. I had a guy working on the front porch, and for like 3 days, he was jackhammering and he was using just cheap earplugs or none at all. And I said, you got to try these out. So I gave him my nice set of earplugs. A nice set of headphones that I had before, and I had to replace them. So this is from DeWalt. And this is their model DPG-17. It's going to be a very simple, durable metal, you can see here, set of hearing protection. Now, the beauty about this is it doesn't add sound. It actually takes sound away. So you're getting 25 dB. There's every 3 dB is double the sound or half of the sound. So 25 dB of hearing protection on top of this. So if a jet engine is 110 and a loud concert's 105 and a noisy room is 80, this is taking it from jet engine loud concert to just kind of a normal talking room. Now if I go in here, I'll show you what else they give you, and that's kind of important. There's 2 cables. One of them is a micro USB. So this one is going to have the older micro USB. I've shown you guys adapters before, so save this cable because it is a little bit older style. But again, I've got a ton of those kicking around, so that's not a big deal. It also does have, this is a TRS headphone cable. So if you want to plug this in and maybe plug it into another audio source, maybe you want to use this with some other player, maybe you've got a radio or something that's in your work area. I don't see you using this very often, but it's nice that they have this as an option. It is very easy to add, and I'm going to show you very quickly how you can add this because it is a little bit interesting on how you have to do it. So I'm going to pull it up here on the show iPhone. I'm going to go to settings. We're going to go to Bluetooth. I'm going to turn this on by pressing on the power button down here for 3 seconds. Let's see if I get this right. Well, hopefully I pressed it right. There we go. So it says power on, battery high. You probably couldn't hear that. Now, if you want it to program, you have to tap twice to the power button. So let me show you here on the side. I'm in the little side there. See that? So I tapped twice on this button, and that started it into pairing mode. We're going to go back over here to my iPhone. I'm going to bring you guys into the iPhone. I'm going to go down here, and you can see the DPG-17. I tap that one time, and now it's paired. So now when I want to listen to my Taylor Swift or anything else, I can hit that. We'll go ahead and put these back on. And now the sound level will reduce dramatically. So if you're working with tools, something noisy, this can be so much better than noise canceling for your ears. So there is only an 85 dB sound limit. So you're going to turn these up. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to crank them all the way up, and you're like, well, that's not really that loud. But you have to remember, it is lowering all the rest of the sound. And then when you have this, it's going to actually be a normal volume. They do this for, again, the health of your ears. They do it for OSHA compliance. That's another interesting thing here. They couldn't have these go, protect your ears from the sound, have your employer buy them for you, and then have you sue them because 85 dB is the limit of continuous audio level that they want you to hear. So they wouldn't want you to damage your hearing with something that they purchase for you so that you protect your hearing. So that's why there is that 85 dB limit. On the other hand, if you really wanted to, you could use these with another set of headphones because there's a lot of room in here if you needed to get more sound. But technically that is from DeWalt, and that I think would be a great gift right now. Like I said, if you go on the Amazon, it is available right now on a Cyber Monday deal for $45.89. That would be a great gift for dad, maybe somebody that's working with tools a lot, woodworking, working on car engines, anything that's loud, basically. So that is the next product that was up. I'm going to go on to the one after that, which is going to be a really interesting tech product. Let me go ahead and get that ready. Where did I put that one down at? See, that's the problem. There it is. It's hiding back here. So this, I will make sure I get it on there, is from Bossii, Bossii. This is the S2. This is a twin monitor for your laptop. So a travel monitor for your laptop or a double second screen. It's got two 14-inch additional laptop screens to go with your laptop, a special caddy for your laptop to fit inside, which is going to be pretty slick. It does have USB Type-C and HDMI. It is adjustable. This is my first time with it on the show, so we're going to take a look and a quick unbox. Very excited for this one to work out because it's such a neat claim that it's making. They are IPS panels, so it should be color accurate. They're 1080p on a 14-inch with 300 nits of brightness. So lots of great specs here. Let's go ahead and see how we take this out and not upside down. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. And there's a little bit of cardboard. This is a very large case, but we got to remember this is carrying the entire set of monitors here. So this is a 2-pack of monitors. We're going to put that off to the side now. I'm going to go ahead and pull out all of the cables. So what do we have here? We've got a 90-degree USB-C. That's one. These are labeled. So let's take a look at these. Make sure we got them. So this one says, please connect this port to our product. So the 90-degree cables go to the product. And then this one, it looks like this is a USB-C to HDMI. So we don't need that one, hopefully. And then this is a USB-C to USB-A. So hopefully we don't need that one. And then last one is USB-A to USB-C. So hopefully we don't need those except possibly to power this. Now I don't see any sort of power, but let's take a look at the different connection options. So this is a portable triple monitor station. So this could be pretty interesting if this works out. So operation steps, we're going to be able to open it here and we're going to be able to adjust the stand to fit on our laptop or whatever. It does have a kickstand on the back side, which is pretty cool. It is telling you to be really careful when you're opening and pulling this out, that you're not bending the cable, which I could absolutely understand. It is going to have 2 cables on one side, it looks like, because it's going to need that to power. It looks like 1 USB-A port and 1 HDMI port. So it can use a variety of connection mechanisms. So that's really interesting. Full-blown user's guide here. Looks like it's going to talk to you about how to set up in Mac as well as PC the multiple external monitor connections. So this, very exciting to try this out. I'm interested to see the success of it. This is my first time unboxing it, as you can see, and we're going to test it out together and we're going to see how it works. So I'm going to have to grab the show MacBook back here. Now I was just happened to be making a couple screens here of information. I am going to set myself on do not disturb and hopefully we don't get disturbed. And so this is the show MacBook. I was doing a couple things. I always have to switch between different applications. So I was making the thumbnail for tonight's show. That was one thing. I usually have my Tech Day Live, the show list of the products that are coming up here. So I've got that in another screen. I can never have all 3 of them together at once. So let's go ahead and try this out. I'm going to go ahead and open these up. We're going to look at these screens and we're going to go from there. So it does have, looks like carry handles and a holder for all of those different cables. So that's exciting. Let's go ahead and open it up. There is the kickstand. I can see that already. And then there's a tighten and a loosen capability. So we're going to open that up. So let me know if you would be interested in using something like this. I'm already excited. So this is one side. Wow. The amount of screen space I can already see is going to be impressive. So you can see the size of my desk. This is all the way open here. I'm just looking. So it's designed to xylophone close, and it does have a protective cover for the screens. I like that because we're not ready yet to put that on. This is the top of the monitor connection. And then this is the kickstand, and it does have a tighten and a loosen capability, it's saying, and a height adjustment. So hopefully you guys can see how you do that there. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and bring my laptop with Photoshop into view. And then you guys can see me on the main monitor. I'm going to take this from the side. Now I will turn this around for you guys to see that this happens to be a 16-inch MacBook Pro. So we're going to see if this will fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro, which it does so far. Now I happen to have an aftermarket case on mine, which is going to give it a little bit more extra work to do. But unbelievable so far. I'm going to kick that top open so that it has that. And then I'm going to use this stand in the all the way out mode. Wow. This is impressive, you guys. I've tested a lot of portable monitors, and you can see what I'm looking at over here. The size of the screen real estate that's on that. Now I'm going to tilt it for you just so you can see how much we're looking at. That's how much additional screen real estate you're going to get. But that is awesome. About to buy one AirPeg and the silicone thing. I've got my finger over the button. Jonathan, let me know when you get checked out, or if you get somebody to buy it for you. That was the other trick way to do this. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug this in because it is an Apple with enough video power to run this. I'm going to go ahead and open this side. I should be able to plug this one in here. And that one I'm just looking to see type C1, type C2. I'll try type C1 first. I'm going to plug it on this side. I'm going to take this cable over here. I've already seen this starting up. That's first screen 2. I'm going to put this one in the top one as well. I'm already seeing my extended desktop on here. So that is very exciting. Now, if you had to go work remotely and you needed to do development work like I do, and you needed a ton of real estate, I can't tell you enough how much real estate I just added to my MacBook. Now, this is my 16-inch MacBook. It is not designed to hold up 2 extra monitors full of space. But remember, I was telling you about how I wanted to be able to run multiple things. So I can adjust the resolution. Let me go into display settings. So in Apple, that's under displays. Now I can go ahead and rearrange them so that they are all scaled for 1920 by 1080. The left and the right one scaled for 1920 by 1080. Perfect. And then let's set the left and the right orientation. So that one is over here. So I'm going to switch them backwards and forth. That one is in the middle. It's a little bit of daunting to get these set up. I'm just doing this live for you guys for the first time. And once I get this set up, I'm very excited because I think this is going to be really useful. Okay. How did I get that? Let's go over here. Display settings. Somehow I drug that one off to the side. Give me 1 second. I'm going to rearrange this. And I'm going to put this one on that side. I'm going to plug this back in. And we're going to get it connected right. Okay. Yeah, it still thinks it's on the wrong side. So I'm going to drag this one over there. And this one up here. And there we go. We now finally have them all up. So what I'm able to do is I have my spreadsheet in the middle. I have one side over here. And I'm looking at the colors so far. Decent color accuracy. And then I have my browser here. We're going to go back over here to my live show. And I have my browser in a third view. So I'm going to switch this around so you guys can see just how massive the screen real estate is. And I want you to notice one other thing here. This is all being powered by my laptop. So I now have 1080p, 1080p, whatever the Apple display is. I believe it's going to be another few K on there. And I have a different program running on each one. Now, I wish I could adjust the screen brightness. I can down a little bit on my laptop. so that you can see these very bright nits on here. So I'm able to see that. Now I can adjust them inward if I wanted to. So I can run them that way. I can adjust them back, and there is an adjustable kickstand here, so it adds additional support. Now this doesn't only require MacBook, this also runs for PC. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can adjust the brightness down. They are very bright already, I can tell you that. I'm going to go in here. They're at 60% brightness. This one I just adjusted to 100% brightness, and I'm bringing it down. So compared to a Apple MacBook, plenty of nits of brightness on it. That's at 10% brightness. And if I point that towards you, you can see that is very usable even at 10% brightness. I can bring it up a little bit. Just trying to do it best for the cameras here. And so that's going to be about 20% brightness on that one. You have contrast, backlight, sharpness, eco, dynamic contrast as well. So tons of neat options here within the UI. The UI is very easy to access. So again, going through here, I'm going to go ahead and change the brightness down on this side. So you can see I've got Photoshop in this monitor. I've got my actual web pages going on over here, and then I've got the net guy in the middle. So very cool capability here from the Bose company. This is their S2 14-inch monitor add-on. So it also gives you some privacy with these wings. So if you're sitting at a coffee shop, and I'm going to be taking this out with me to go do a little bit of work on the road. I actually have to do some work on the road on Wednesday. So I think I'm going to set up a camera and we're going to test this thing out. I'm going to work from a coffee shop with 3 different displays. So I'm very excited to do this. Let's take a look on Amazon and see what this thing goes for right now. I'm excited to check it out as well. It is a brand new product. They did ship this out to me for a fair and honest review, so full disclosure there. So far, I'm very impressed with it. Now, we know that it's about $100 range is what a single one of these goes for. This one is $289. It is all metal construction. It's coming with a lot more cables. You can use this with video game machines. So we are going to be going to, like I said, a water park. If we wanted to use this with video game machines as an extended monitor, we can do that. There is the HDMI and Type-C. So if you want to use this with your PS5, your PC, your Xboxes, you can do that on the HDMI. So you're basically getting 2 of these in a very compact package. You can use this with an Apple MacBook 14, which I think would be the best size to use it with. But as you can see, it works great on my 16. It does have a full 1080p and an IPS display. Let's go ahead and do a uninstall of this and see how much extra work I'm in for when I need to uninstall this. So, so far, I'm going to go ahead and extend it a little bit. And I'm just going to set it down because it'll hold itself up. Now there's this kickstand in the back. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing here on the top down. So to uninstall it, I can go ahead and unplug both cables. So I got 1 cable unplugged, 2 cables unplugged. If I remember right, we did this monitor first, and then we did this monitor second. And there we go. And then I can slide this in. So not bad, you know, about a 20-second process of putting this away and putting this in the bag. The overall weight is less than my MacBook Pro. So I'm guessing this is about 4.5 pounds it adds. I do like the fact that with my MacBook Pro, I only have to put 2 cables in this bag. I'm just putting the USB-C to USB-C cables. They go in here. Looks like it has a Velcro closure. So there we go. Now with all of that, I have portability of triple screen laptop. So very cool. That is the first time I've been checking out that product from Bose. This is the S2. So I'm going to put that back here in the corner. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that. I'm going to do a little bit more in-depth running around on that, but that was our first look at the Bose S2. And we're coming back right now. That's a dual LCD screen panel. Pretty neat. Okay. About to buy. Uh-oh, no 2-day delivery, Jonathan said, but he did purchase one, so I'm going to give Jonathan Talks Hardware an applause. He said, about to buy that, and we're going to give him a cheer because he first person to buy something on the show tonight. Congratulations, Jonathan, on your purchase. I know you're going to love it. And let me know where you think you might use that. You know, I think wallet. Wallet's my big thing, man. So I really like that. I'm going to pull up the next item on the show, and that is from the Scepter Monitor Company. We did a bunch of shows last week for them, and this is just a couple holdover products that I've had. This one, and I just knocked the top piece off of it, which I'm going to try to put correctly back on when I picked it up. This is their E275 27-inch 240 hertz gaming monitor. So very cool. Jonathan says, I need one for my keys. I know the feeling, man. Always losing your keys, and those are hard to replace. A lot harder to replace, sadly, than some other things. So this is a 27-inch 240 hertz monitor, full HD resolution. It does have a couple extra features that the other ones that I showed you last week don't. This one has a full up and down height adjustable stand. It's a metal stand with tilt. So it does have swivel and pivot in the stand. So a little bit nicer. You're giving up the curved capability that came with the other Scepter monitor, but you're getting the benefit now of a little bit higher quality stand. And the price on this one is only $179. So it is also available on sale. So we did show some stuff last week. I hopefully still have it all loaded up here. I'm going to pull my HDMI cable out. So this, I said, is the E275. Take a look at the back of this. We have RGB. Now it's hard to see it on this camera. I'm going to bring you over here. So you can see it's got RGB that's cycling. It just stopped because, of course, I have to cycle it one more time. I didn't turn it back on. But that RGB right here lights up, and it is controllable. You can adjust that, whatever it's doing. I am going to hook this up to HDMI. Now this has 3 HDMI ends and only 1 display port. One of the HDMIs is the HDMI 2.0 spec, and 2 of them are the 1.4. So you're only going to get a max, I believe, a 165 out of the 1.4 spec. And this is one drawback of bottom mounted HDMI connectors. They're hard to get in sometimes. So if you change a lot, but this is one advantage this one has, which is it actually does have cable management. So you can run your cable through there. So that's a little bit of compare and contrast. It also is tilting. You can see you have that tilting capability. That was not a present on some of the ones I showed you on Black Friday. Now I'm going to switch over. I have not booted the Xbox up yet, so give me a second while I do that. And so we're going to fire this Xbox up. Now, this full HD resolution, a bunch of people had complained about it, but if you remember what we were talking about was a full HD resolution like on this one is if you took the 27 and you had a 55-inch monitor like the one behind me here at 4K, this is the exact same pixel density as that 55-inch 4K behind me. So if you went up to it and looked really close, it's going to be exactly the same. Now I'm going to get into my Xbox. There we go. And maybe we'll run a couple high refresh items in here. One thing I wanted to show you, so view angle, you can kind of see the color fall off and the brightness fall off just a little bit, not by much. The color is the most thing that I notice. See, so at a slight angle, you'll lose a little bit of color. And that is really only important if you're using this as kind of like a primary gaming display in a game room and you play with a lot of other people watching the same game. But in that case, you're more likely to use a television. Couple things to do when you get a high refresh monitor, go down to settings here in your Xbox, go ahead into TV and display options. You can pick your resolution. In this case, it's only 1080. And if you said, oh, well, why isn't it a 1440? I wanted a 1440. A lot of the Xboxes, I don't think the Xbox does 1440. PlayStation just added that as an optional resolution, but most things are designed for 1080. You can also go into video modes here. It allows 50 hertz, and then it's going to allow the 422 color subsampling in there. And I'm looking for if it's got the 120 hertz setting, which it should do. Let's go to video modes. Variable refresh on that. Ooh, I'm not seeing the automatic. So it's got HDMI CEC. This is really cool. So when you're done gaming for the day and you hold down your button and you're going to turn your console and controller off, it'll turn your monitor on and off for you as well. So definitely want to come in here, and usually you'll see the 120 hertz, which I'm not seeing it come out automatically on 120. So I might have to reset the Xbox. I've been messing with this a lot, but make sure you come in here and do that. I'm going to go ahead and push the menu controls. Now this does have the little bit older on-screen display of the original here, but you can come down and you can adjust the picture color system. I'm going to go ahead and go in here. FreeSync on or FreeSync off. This is why I like the brand new menu system they have on the brand new ones. So you can turn FreeSync on or off, which is just a control here. They have a power button in the middle, which is really easy to hit, which is what I just like that. So there we go. And let's do which one is the best one that I can play on Amazon. Let's try Forza Horizon here. So again, up to 120 hertz on Xbox. We are reconnected, controller. So up to 120 hertz on Xbox with the HDMI input. If you do hook it up to a PC with DisplayPort, you're going to get up to 240 hertz on this monitor. And again, gorgeous color on here. I have the brightness turned down even really low on this just to display on the screen for you guys right now. There we go. I'm just getting up onto the road here. Who needs a guardrail? I'll just jump it. There we go. So what's nice about the 240 hertz is the frame rate is going to give you a lot more information. It's going to be a lot smoother. If you ever watched a movie and they're panning around and you get that judder of 24 frames a second, this is 10 times the frame rate of a standard cinema camera. So you're going to get a lot smoother motion. It's going to look more realistic, look more like what the eye sees in real life. And there we go. So this is the 27-inch. Let's take a look on Amazon real quick. I want to show you guys what we have over there. So just bringing it up. Again, this is the 2024 edition. This is the FWD 240. There's two of them here. One of them is a little more expensive, but I was having trouble trying to find the difference, the actual delineation between the two here. And you can see here, it does have the blue light shift, eye strain reduction. There are the dimensions of it if you're looking for it. It is a flat display. So if you're considering doing this for maybe content creation, I think the colors are great on it. It should work. Let's go ahead and double check here. So it does have the standard screwdriver. Here's the information about the connections on it. So it is actually saying that this one has 2 display ports on it. Interesting. So I might have the different model, and we might have these backwards online, but this does have the exact same controls. So we'll have to double check on that linking that I've got there. Sometimes these product pages can be a little confusing here, but I'm just double checking too to see if it has the sRGB gamut listed. Most of these are 99% or the full sRGB gamut. Just double checking in here. This weighs 10.4 pounds and it is Visa mountable, which you should always look for in there. 99% of sRGB gamut is 1% refresh rate and full HD resolution. That's what it's saying. And yeah, very cool. So it does have the FreeSync Premium Edition capability as well on it. Now I'm going to bring you guys back here and we're going to take a look at one other display. So this monitor right now is 25% off. It's $179 down from a normal price of $240, so $239. So this is on sale. There is one more monitor I wanted to show you before we get to our last product. So this one I'm going to put back off to the side. So this is from Scepter. It's very similar to the Curve 240 last week we looked at, but it does have a much better improved stand. Now this guy is the big kahuna. I need to make sure I pull him up. If you're looking for something competitive, this is the one right here. Now, I just happen to have the QPN Plus. The QPN and the QPN Plus are the identical base monitor. The Plus edition has these side panels, which I'm not going to put on because I was only able to tag for Black Friday on sale. They actually have, let me pull it up here real quick for you. They actually have the 32-inch for 30% off. This is a great idea if you were looking for that 1440p resolution. So a lot of people last week were wondering about, do I have a higher res 32? So this is better than 4K on a 64-inch, 65-inch display. This would be better pixel pitch than what you would get on one of those. I'm going to do a quick unboxing for you guys here. It's a very big monitor, but you know what? Scepter makes it really easy to unbox and set these things up. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt this over so you guys can see everything that's involved in it. Like I said, this one does have the side frames, but we're not going to install those today because the one that's on sale today is the QPN model. Now, I happen to know a creator that was in the chat not too long ago who has two of these, but they're the 27-inch 1440s. So I'm going to go ahead and bring some of these down. I said I'm not going to install these pieces for us today, but I will keep those. This monitor is going to go back to Scepter. They did not sponsor this show. They are just offering this product for me to be able to show you live today, which was kind of nice of them. Makes it a whole lot easier when I don't have to buy these and return them or lose money on them in the market. Now, with all monitors of this size, I recommend keeping the box. So you can see the size and scale of this. It has a wonderful stand. So when you are looking at the difference between this and some of the ones we showed last week, this one has a height adjustable stand. It is all metal construction. So it goes together like that. There's going to be two screws that we're going to put together here shortly. Just grabbing all of our kits here. And I did see that screw kit over here. Comes with a DisplayPort cable. And then these are the different screws. Just making sure I get the right ones for the base and the monitor. And then this one's going to have a few extra screws because they're actually for the side panels, but we're not going to use those. So I'm going to go ahead and put this base screws in so we can set the monitor up. Very easy to set up here, as you can see. So 1440p on this one. A little bit lower refresh rate, but this is also an IPS panel. That's one thing I should point out. It's 144 hertz IPS panel. So great for gaming, great for content creations. You're going to have multiple inputs in here. So if you're looking for one monitor for a kid, maybe for competitive gaming and for possibly dorm use, this would be it because of the massive number of inputs. It does have 3 HDMIs and 1 DisplayPort input. No USB Type-C yet. There are some models coming that have more USB Type-Cs. That's becoming more popular in the market. What I always recommend, leave the monitor in the stand here until we get everything hooked up. Now, you know what? I skipped a step. I didn't put the red collar on the bottom here. I've assembled probably 20 of these Scepter monitors, and I should have known that, but we're going to go ahead and put this together as is. Okay. So we put this together. This is also got VESA mounting standoffs. Don't lose these little standoffs. Now, there's a question in there. Is it compatible with G-Sync cards? They are. Now, I can't guarantee that the G-Sync feature will operate exactly, but most of the time, the G-Sync, I believe, is just a licensing limitation. Now, one other thing I should point out on this monitor is it's a little bit heavier on the heavier side, but it does have a built-in power supply. So it's going to clean up underneath your desk. You're only going to have one power cord to run to it. And just to clean up my little faux pas here, I'm actually going to put that red piece of plastic in because I want to take some nice pictures of this monitor for posterity. So again, I'm just taking the base back off. So we're going to do this one more time. Now this monitor is available with the viewing shields on the side, which definitely give you a whole different kind of experience. I never thought I would want that, but it's definitely a different viewing experience if you haven't had that before. So here we go. This little piece is going to cover, how did we get that on there? So right there, and I need to get that this way. So this piece goes over and it gives it just a little red accent trim. I didn't want you to lose that, so that's where it went right there. I'm going to go ahead and put this back together, and we'll set it up. Once you see the picture on this, you will be amazed. Now, it is it is considered a 1440p set. It's not 240 hertz. It's only 144, but it does have the advantage of being an IPS display, which has usually much better color accuracy and a lot richer color. It does sacrifice a little bit in black level, so that's another thing, but this also has more resolution. So these are all kind of trade-offs that you make. The price on this one is fantastic right now. You're getting this IPS display for $199. So it's a quad HD IPS display for content creation. I see a content creator in the couple of them in the chats. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this one in, and then I'm going to go ahead and plug in our Xbox, and we'll take a look at this screen. I think it's this cable that's limiting me. There we go. It does have, let's take a look quickly at the back while this thing's starting up. It does have an RGB ring around the backside. Very tasteful graphics on this. It's not overly done up. It does have the Scepter logo. It has such an adjustability. Check that out. You can tilt side to side on this on the stand. You've got back and forth tilt, and you've got up and down. Super adjustable. This is one I would love to take with me. This is more adjustable than my Gigabyte 4K. I have a 4K 32. But one thing, I could see is if you had this up at the highest level, you could have a couple of those portable monitors that I showed last week just down below it to run your Discord and other things. So very nice. And I do like that adjustability. I'm a nitpicker when it comes to having the monitor perfectly straight. So that's awesome. And then it's already got my Forza Horizon loaded up. Let's see if this figured out. Now the colors on this one, gosh, IPS colors are always gorgeous. I'm going to exit photo mode. I don't know how I got into that mode. IPS colors are great. This also does have speakers. Like all of these have speakers. I generally have them turned down for demoing, but you can see the size difference of that monitor. We added another 5 inches to the screen here. So this one is a full 32 inches. The immersiveness of this display cannot be underestimated. It's very, very nice. Very color accurate. So that is the 32-inch from Scepter. Now, as far as the menus, it does have the menu system, the prior one. So there is a power button at the bottom, so that we've got 3 different kinds of controls here. So that's throwing me off a little bit. Exit is on the bottom. The arrows are in the middle, so you'll get used to it. But that's one of the things that they've consistently improved on. So in the latest models, they do have a better system. So I got to hit select. So backlight on this was at 50%. I can bring it down. You can see it gets all the way down to that's 0. It does get super bright, even though it's an IPS display. We'll have to go check out the nits of brightness, but I believe it's close to 400. I think it's somewhere around the 350 range. So we'll take a quick look on Amazon here at the product details for the Scepter monitor, the 32-inch. Again, Cyber Monday sale right now. Don't want you guys to miss out. 30% off. So 144 hertz, 120% of sRGB. So tons of the color gamut on this one. And I'm just going to look at HDR 400. So it should be 400 nits of brightness. I don't see the exact number here, but if with an HDR 400 spec, let's take a look. That should be, for VESA compatibility, it should be at least 400. So it gets very, very bright if that's what you're looking for. So lots of great options here when it comes to monitors. And then 120% of sRGB, which naturally means that the DCI P3 is going to go up on it as well in those cases. So very good option if you're looking for a monitor. Now I have one last product that I'm going to be pulling out here. And this is kind of a long shot, and I won't be able to show you the full usage of it today, but I will be putting together a full video on it. But I did want to tell you, if you are looking for something for dad, and dad is maybe into tools, maybe into welding, maybe into constructing things of their own, I've got a great product that just arrived. I'm very excited to test this one out. I'm going to go ahead and use the handle that is on this Scepter monitor to put it down over here safely. This next product is from Rubik. And this is the first time ever on the show to have a TIG welder. I'm super excited about this one. This is a traditional stick or TIG welder. And what's nice about the TIG welders is they used to be the size of a truck. A lot of times a stick welder you would see would be on the back of one of those service trucks, and it runs a generator with either a diesel or gas engine. And the things weigh hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. You saw me lift this thing up, not super heavy. We're going to do a quick unbox here so you guys can see what's inside of it. And then I'll show you how you might use this thing. We'll go take a look at some of the features of it. Very well packaged. There's the unit. Very easy. It does have a power cord, but what you're going to find is you're probably going to need to adapt this for many different types of power because it will use quite a bit of power. It is a full-blown welder. Now, they've packaged this really tight, but there's your welding shield for your eye protection. What I love about it is the actual unit itself is not that heavy, but the cables weigh almost as much as the unit here. You have a slag hammer. You got the bottom to your welding shield there. Now, most welders are going to go out and get their welding mask. There's usually two types of welders. You're going to have a MIG welder. Then you'll have a TIG welder, or tungsten inert gas. I'm just looking to see the lens for this shield. It looks like it's stored down in here. So you have your shaded lens. And then you're going to have your standard stick. Now, stick and TIG are very, very similar. So this is your clamp, and you can see the size of the amperage here. This is 225 amps of power going through at 20 something volts. So this is going to compress right onto your workpiece, and this is going to go to the grounding electrode over here. Now, I can at least plug this in. I'm not going to be able to weld anything. So depending on the mode that you're working on, you can have a different prong into the different locations. So in this case, I'm putting that one negative. So you could do DC electrode positive, DC electrode negative. One thing I did notice about these, it does not, on these front connectors, I don't know which standard these go with. We'll go ahead and attach that. So it does not come with a tungsten wand. So you're going to need a wand for that. You can buy those separately. It does not come with any sample rod, which is okay because most electric welding rod you're going to buy, this collar, it's going to work. It's a little bit of looseness here, which again, in welding, these things are going to get beat up. They're going to get very hot. So you would clamp your electrode here, you'd clamp your piece of work here, and then you would weld like so. But what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in just so you guys can see the menu system on it. I am hopefully not going to blow my electrical system here in the house. And then I'm going to splice in later when we do the final video for this, and I'll come back to you guys, show you later. I'm going to show you guys this thing actually in operation, and we're going to do welding of some stuff to test it out real quick. So I'm going to head and unplug that. We'll plug the unit in, and let's pray that we don't blow our electrical circuits here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the unit on. There's a large switch in the back, which will turn the unit on. And we're going to see if I got this right. There we go. Took a couple seconds. Now, it does have a fan and a pretty clear display that just kicked on. This is one thing I like about when I was looking at the instructions on this. Look at the size of that display. So it's on 135 amp mode. That's the maximum that it'll put out. So this is going to be for both TIG or the stick welding. So you can change it to TIG mode, and then you have your different settings. You also have a nice knob control here. The old buzz boxes, they used to call them, don't have this kind of controls. So you got to be really careful with those. They have a big crank in the front, so very easy to change. It's also showing the difference in thickness of your material. So the thicker your material, this is going to be good for up to about 1/4 inch. So the thicker your material, the more power you're going to need. You will use up to 25 amps at 120 volts and 46, I believe, at 240. So you're going to need a pretty big breaker for this. And then if you go back over to the stick, there's a difference of hot start mode. You've got variable frequency. You've got anti-stick capabilities, and then a force arc mode here. So lots of neat different specialty modes that we'll go into. Stick welding, very old school, but it actually is very common, and it's very good for industrial or farm use. So I'm very excited to test this out. TIG welding, on the other hand, can be used for doing steel, stainless steel, all sorts of really neat, delicate work. I've seen really good welders that can TIG weld a pop can back together. So very excited to test this out. This is from Rubrik. This is the MMA 225. And we're going to find out if this thing is as good as all the specs and the pretty display tell us. But you're going to have to tune in next week to hear all about that. This has been John the Net Guy. I'm taking a quick look at the chat. I don't see anything special in there that anybody's looking for questions on. Hope you guys had a great Cyber Monday. Hope you had a great Black Friday. I'm going to catch you guys all in the next one. Have a great night, guys. See you, everybody.